Well, the thumbnail and the title is correct. I bricked my Akaso V50 Pro, and I did it with a firmware update from June the 5th, and I'll tell you exactly what happened, and that'll be coming right up. So like I do a lot of times, I will periodically check some of the websites of these action cameras to see if they've come out with any new firmwares so that I can show you, the viewers, some potential new firmware updates. But in this case, you know, Akaso's website, they don't show any firmwares at all. You have to contact them via their customer support. And the reason why I contacted them this time was because I had noticed that on the Akaso V50 Pro, it has the option for H.264 or H.265 codec. And I noticed that when I tried using the H.265, that it did not record in H.265. It actually recorded in 264. So I reached out to Akaso's customer service and I asked, hey, this is the issue that I'm having, and this is the email that I had sent. And then I got a response back from Jennifer and their customer support and saying that, oh, this was the firmware to fix that issue. And I followed the directions. I read the README text, even though, you know, I've downloaded a lot of firmware over the last couple of years for different action cameras, but I read their directions because every company may be a little bit different. So I downloaded the firmware and the camera turned off, which is supposed to signify that the firmware has been updated. And I took out the SD card, tried to turn the camera on, and this is what happened. Just one little blue light. It wouldn't do anything else. So I had no alternative but, of course, to reach out to Akaso to say, hey, it just bricked my camera. What can we do? Is there a file that you can send me that I can unbrick it, or is there a desktop version where I can try to communicate? Because I tried to plug in the action camera into my desktop to see if it would recognize it and then try to desktop install the firmware, but the camera is just DOA. It's dead right after that firmware. I guess DOF would be what I would need to use for that. But so after a couple of days, I finally get an email back from Akaso saying, no, there's no way to recover it. Please send it back to China so that their engineers can take a look and see what happened. And in the meantime, they're going to send me out another V50 Pro to replace it. So this will be the third, or the one that's coming will be the third Akaso V50 Pro. So because the first one, the EIS was not working at all. They sent me an email with the electronic image stabilization calibration file, and it kept failing. Then I got the second V50 and it seemed to work fine, but it wasn't doing the H.265. So now try that firmware, and of course that one bit the dust and it went ahead and bricked the camera. So I just wanted to give a heads up to everybody out there that does have an Akaso V50 Pro. Do not download the firmware from June the 5th, 2018. If you happen to see it on an Amazon page or somewhere on the web, or you reach out to Akaso, because obviously there is a glitch with that firmware where it actually bricks the camera. And I'd hate for anybody else to have to go through what I'm going through, to where now I have to send it back to China. Once they get it, they'll send me another one back. So it may be another week or two before I get another Akaso number 3 of the V50 Pro. Quick little heads up, just didn't want you to brick your camera like I did mine, because now this camera's totally useless, so it goes back into a box and back to China it goes. So I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions about the firmware, or if you bricked yours because you updated it, then my suggestion is to contact customer service at Akaso and get them to have you go through the paperwork and process that I'm going through. Hope you guys have yourself a great day. Weekend's right around the corner. TGIF, thank God it is Friday. Bye.